Guys, this is gonna be my first YouTube channel or video, so I hope you guys kind of bear with me a little bit. I've seen a lot of things going on YouTube, but I haven't seen a whole lot about these forces. I bought this boat, I guess going on 3 years ago now. I had to replace cool packs, I had the carbs rebuilt, I had to put a new starter on it. Overall, it's been a good deal. I wanted to show you something. It was running hot, and I'm gonna post some pictures here at the end. But what I originally did was just replace the impeller. So this impeller is not that old, you know. And when I originally looked at the wear plate on the inside, it really didn't look bad. The one thing I noticed is there's a little bit of a, well, you can see it. You can see all the wear down in there. And what I also noticed is that all these gaskets are broke. You know, it's just dirty and just nasty. So I replaced all that, and it definitely made a difference. It doesn't run hot anymore. It actually runs really good. My throttle linkage right here was broken. When I rebuilt the carbs on this thing, it still didn't run right. And the guy that owned it before me, as he threw a zip tie, you can still see the zip tie right here over this little button right here, which that activates your choke. So what he was doing was, I guess he was having problems with the number 2 cylinder with the carburetor, and so he was pushing this down because that allows fuel to flow through it. And so whenever I rebuilt the carburetors and it started working right, well, then it was pumping too much fuel into the engine. And I mean, I literally pulled out plugs, run a compression test on it. I mean, I thought there was all kinds of problems, and it turned out that's all it was. So when I replaced the water pump on it, you know, it is pumping water better. But one thing that I noticed was that when I drained the oil out of the lower unit last year, it was milky. So I know water's getting in my lower unit. Most likely it's going to be, you know, the seals back in here. Now, I have not seen any oil leak anywhere. There's also some seals below the water pump. And in my warped way of thinking, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but I'm hoping that maybe these gaskets, since they were bad and broken, it was pumping water through the bottom on this plate and somehow getting in that way. Now, I know you have one seal that keeps water out and one seal that keeps oil in. So most likely a new water pump did not solve the problem. So you will most likely see a video of me replacing the seals. And what I do is I'll probably drop the lower unit and I'll probably replace the seals below the shaft, and I'll probably replace these seals in here. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm just simply going to drain the oil that's in it. I did replace this oil at the end of last year, and we've been to the lake maybe 5 or 6 times so far this year. Now I am expecting there to be water in it, and then I'm going to put new fluid in it, take it out to the lake and run it real good, and then drain it again and see where we're at. You know, like I said, I'm sure that's not going to solve the problem being the water pump. I doubt, and there's probably some fishing line or something caught up back in there. So, you know, we're going to do this. This boat was neglected pretty bad, but I've got it all going and running good now. It's run better than it ever has, and hopefully once I get it mechanically sound, I can start doing some actual work to the boat to make it look nicer. It's a 1999 Misty Harbor with a 75 horsepower force. So anyway, I'll get back with you here in just a second, and we'll start draining this oil and see where we're at with it. All right, so what I did is I went ahead and I pulled out the vent plug and the oil level plug up here on top, and I set them right here. So now, like I said, I'm going to pull this bottom part out, and like I said, I fully expect there to be water. It's milky. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. A little bit on that magnet. So we'll let that drain out real good, and then we will start adding fluid. And by the way, I broke my wife's crock pot, so I'm using that as a bowl. I got to clean out my oil pan. So anyway, I'm sure she's happy about that. All right, so I have it drained out. Now the best way to do this is normally I have a little pump with a hose that has a nipple that screws up in the bottom, and then you just pump it up for there and you wait until it comes out of your oil level up here. Now unfortunately I cannot find that. What I do have is this little contraption right here. It doesn't work near as good, you know, you'll make more of a mess, but what we're looking for is to get it, we're going to run it through the vent until it comes out of the oil level mark right there. So what I'm going to start doing, hold on guys, I'm going to move this. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to start pumping oil in it. Like that. I normally always use Quicksilver. It's kind of just what I've gone to. This is 90 weight oil. And anyway, we'll just go ahead and fill it up until it comes out of the oil level. Okay, so as you can see, it just came out of the oil level. Now, it's gonna need a little bit more, and I'm out. So I'm gonna have to run to town and get some more, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So now, you just put your screws back in, and you tighten them up. And that's about all there is to it. So like I said, I know this camera work is terrible. I'm gonna work real hard to get better at that. All I have is an iPhone. I don't have any of that fancy equipment. But anyway, just all right guys, I sure do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd please subscribe, then I will be happy to show you some more videos. Like I said, I'm sure we're about to replace seals. I imagine that's what's wrong. But anyway, you guys have a good day. We'll see you next time.